Hello, everybody.
All right, here we are. It's another beautiful, hot,
girl summer.
Dry summer in Moreno Valley, California, Southern California. You guys, welcome. This is Do Not Believe the Hype. Don't believe the hype, or you can call it What's Wrong With You. I'm Donovan Sadiq, joined by Miss Controversy herself, Demetra K. We are here to pull this green screen back, show you what's really going on, get past the soundbite so you can really see who's pulling those bells and whistles and all that other good stuff. So today's big trending topic is Hot Girl Summer.
Is that what that is?
Hot Girl Summer. And those of you guys that watched the debates, I did watch them. As you know, I'm a political junkie. And let me tell you something, Kamalaharris was not having a hot girl summer. So a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to chop it up. I mean, we told you this was going to happen. Big ups to the black media. Let's give them a round of applause, because the reparations issue would not be talked about if these guys hadn't held on to it like a pit bull holding on to a bone. We're not letting them drop the issue. All these candidates have been forced to take a position on it. You're not for reparations. You're not getting our votes. And,
right.
that shows you that they're listening, because it's like they need the black vote. That's why they're trying to do what they're trying to do. So, but before we get into that, the last Sunday we talked about...
What did we... It's something, you know, when you turn 48... 4 days ago is a long time.
That's a long time.
Then we talked about voting still, right? Talking about voting. And, Baltimore, which is kind of still...
was what Trump said.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that today as well, because a lot has happened. As we know, he's also gone after Al Sharpton. And we have a lot about.
Yeah, and I like Al Sharpton. He goes, if I was a crook or whatever,
right.
He'd nominate me for his cabinet.
Right, I'd be
awesome
a con man.
Yeah, if I was a con man, I'd be in the cabinet. So let's get into it. Let's start, shall we?
All right.
Okay, here we go. If you guys watch the debates, the biggest thing...
And you guys, please chime in with your opinions about the debate. And Tay, I've seen you already
a
made
press
a
conference.
comment. Let's see. So let's just greet everybody. Sydney was happening. And Tay says, oh, man, these debates were a huge wake-up call.
We were telling everybody.
And then you also said Kamala just finished holding a press conference. Oh, my God.
Yeah, what was the press conference about?
How she's hungry because lunch got ate.
Or maybe she's dropping out, which is, I mean, she's pretty much done at this point, if you ask me.
Do tell, Tay. Do tell. Yeah, what was it about?
So if you guys watched the debates, I mean, it wasn't really a great thing. Let's go to debate night one. Those of you guys that hadn't heard, the winner of that debate, in my opinion, was Marianne Williamson.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
You know, she hit it right on the nail. She let people understand, and a lot of white people kind of like understood.
She broke it down.
Yeah, she said,
she broke it down.
Reparations for black people is a debt owed.
Correct.
Now her numbers. I mean, she gave the right number. She said it's in the trillions, but she says as a president, I would break it down and to the 500 billions or something like that. But the point is, we've got to talk about it somewhere and start the talking point.
Right.
But she pretty much won that night. I mean, I don't know how anybody can say.
And then for those of you guys that didn't watch, and I admittedly did not watch either. Hey, Charles, I didn't watch either. I saw the talking points and the snippets like probably most people did. I tried to watch the first night debate. It was just a little on the dry side. But Marianne Williamson obviously is a candidate.
Whoa.
Well, it wasn't even that obvious to a lot of people, because a lot of people made fun of her.
Yeah, because she's talking in,
it's all about love and that kind of
hippie terms.
Right, which, I could dig it, you know. So a lot of people didn't take her candidacy seriously because, like you said, they thought she was kind of aloof a little bit and whatnot. But then she, being Marianne Williamson, took mastery of the issue of reparations. Because, most people get up there and say, oh, well, yes, we need to study it. And she said,
we've already, there's no need to do that.
She said, we're done. And I also watched TMZ, where TMZ had her on, and she was talking about, they asked her, what did you think about Don Lemon?
Your boy.
Of all people, a black man questioning your qualifications to speak about reparations. Right. She says, I'm appalled. How dare he try to ask me? She says, what's my qualifications to do math, is what she said.
Right.
But as you guys saw during the debate, it's like, it's old because of A, B, C, and D. We need this much money, which is not enough, but it's a start.
It's a start.
Black people, and then I loved how she redefined Jim Crow and calling it domestic terrorism. Because that's what Jim Crow was, and it still is. Domestic terrorism, when you terrorize the people who live in your own country by lynching and all that. So she called it what it was. And so to your point, where, you know, even a lot of white people it says like 80-something% of white people are reparations for black people, finally understood, like, oh, that makes sense. And Andrew Yang last night, and I'm going to get to every last one of your comments, and Yang also brought a little bit more information to the party in saying that money, and he's talking about his universal basic income of the $1,000 a month for Americans 18 and over, said that's necessary, especially to the black community, because he said the year 2035-ish, there will not be any black income at all. And so he's not necessarily for reparations, but some people will say that's a form of reparations, because imagine what that would do for...
It'll lift a lot of people out of poverty.
Yes, I mean, let's say you have a household full of adults, 5 adults, that's $5,000 in your household extra every month. Collectively, we could build a business. And so Andrew Yang understood, and he took mastery of it as well and did the numbers, because he says, I'm a numbers guy. It says, you know, in the year, I think it's 2035, there will be no black wealth at.
Right. I mean, we are already, the average black family, they say, is at like $1,000 a month?
Wealth, I think maybe 15, compared to average white wealth that was in 100,000.
Right.
So between those two, it's not, well, let's just talk about it, let's do some research. No, we've done all that. What else do we need to research? We know that slavery was a thing. We know Africans were brought from Africa to do the most heinous and have the most heinous things done to them under with the premise to build what we now live in is called America. There's nothing else to research. We know about that. And I think a lot of people keep saying research because they know the truth, but that's just a way of saying, well, let's just wait a little bit longer. No, the time talk is over. Give us the money.
Exactly.
So that was a good takeaway from night one. Marianne Williamson, I like her. I'm undecided. As a few people I like, but I like Marianne Williamson.
Sure. Like I said, but here's the thing: we need to make sure that Marianne Williamson makes it to the next round. The Andrew Yangs make it to the next round.
Right.
I mean, you already said that they've already disqualified him.
Because he actually made an announcement a couple of days, being Andrew Yang. An announcement saying that he had qualified. I mean, because I guess you have to qualify and get a high number in all the polls. And I think it's the NBC poll that's the one that's in question.
Yeah, which is kind of ridiculous because the rules should determine what the people want to see, or they shouldn't determine what the people want to see versus their candidates.
But then again, if your third eye is open just a little bit, most people are a little bit woke. It's like, okay, so is it that he didn't qualify, or the establishment doesn't want him to qualify? You know,
that's what it comes down to.
Because if he's a numbers guy, wouldn't he know if he qualified? He qualified the other 2 times.
Exactly. And they're trying to whittle it down. And did you notice during the debates, certain candidates, CNN and those guys were like throwing them softballs and making sure, like, you know, Bernie. I love the way Bernie and Elizabeth Warren teamed up and defended each other. Again, because on the first night of the debate, I saw 7 Republicans up there, maybe 3 or 4 Democrats.
Right. Oh, I got it.
Everybody was like, "You can't do this." It's just like Warren said. Why take the thing of running for president and you don't want to do anything?
Well, I think that was Marianne Williamson said that about.
No, that was Warren.
She said that. Okay, she did say that, but then Marianne Williamson said something about. Everybody's saying that they're Democrats, but they don't want to use the programs or whatever to actually help people.
The bold act, taking the bold direction, and it was just plainly obvious that this is a dog and pony show, and the reason why we have so many Democrats running is to ensure that Bernie does not get the nomination. That is the only reason. So they're banking on Biden, Kamala, and what's that other one? Klobuchar, whatever her name is. And, that chick is just like I don't trust people that are prosecutors. Because if you were a bad prosecutor, you're going to be a bad presidential candidate leader because you're going to have that same thing.
Yeah, you can look at it that way.
Second night. But speaking of hot girl summer, let's talk about your girl.
Well, let's get to these comments really quick. Okay, so Sydney says, yep, Kamala finished defending health care and economic plan and praised Obama because, she has a new, because wasn't she against Medicare for all at first? And now
well, she says one thing on stage, and then off stage she says something totally different.
And then her economic plan, it's kind of, it's kind of all over the place. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Makes no sense.
And then Sydney says, Williamson is my candidate. I like her.
Yeah.
I like her. So I might be with you on that one. And Charles says the progressive one. And Williamson got her shot at it at the corporate Democrats. The corporate Dems took a beating.
Yeah, they sure did.
And then Tay says, biggest takeaway from Kamala's press conference, she stands behind her prosecutorial record.
Oh, she's going to double down on it. Right. Okay, and you're done. Thank you. Bye-bye.
And Sydney says, Warren had a good night, too.
Yeah, she did.
And then Tay says, also, upon further review of Williamson, she isn't the candidate for us. Okay. And then Sydney wants to know why, Tay. And then Charles said, that is exactly what it is. Domestic terrorism. Yes, it is. And let's see. Oops. And then, let's keep rolling. Charles says, oh yeah, Yang said he would $4 billion into the state of Maryland and Baltimore. Desperately needs those funds and not downtown businesses district either, which is what they do everywhere, right? Hey, Joey says 2050, no wealth. I mean, that's 2050 is not what 30 years from now. I mean, I plan to be here 30 years from now. And then Loria was having said she was awesome. I wanted her to keep talking. She was telling the truth. She has books out as well. Yes. She's kind of an Oprah girl too. She's like Oprah is a spiritual advisor, one of them. And then
when Dr. Phil left, Oprah had to replace her with somebody.
Right. And then Charles says, I want to see Mike Gravel.
Gravel.
And then Cindy says 2% in all polls. So the polls, he needs 2%. And then Cindy says Bernie has no chance of winning, and Lori says I do not like her. So I think she's talking about Kamala. So take it away.
Right. Okay. So how long ago did we talk about Kamala and her record?
It's been a while. When she first announced.
And and what happened when we first announced? Every chick, wannabe side chick, wannabe sororo chick, jumped on my neck. How you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know this, that. Here's the funny thing. Did not, what's her name? Tulsi Gabbard recite our exact talking points on Kamala.
Yeah, to say the least.
She went right now, which tells me they are listening to black media. They are listening to you guys and your comments on these pages and us in our conversations, and they know if we don't pay attention to what's going on, the revolution will not be televised.
So Tulsi Gabbard. Okay, for those of you guys don't know, she is a representative for Hawaii, also running...
Army, she's an Army major, Army Reserves.
And I don't know why...
I think it's up a little bit.
Yeah, because we're getting a lot of messages and stuff coming in. So I apologize for that, you guys. So Tulsi Gabbard is also running for the Democratic ticket for the President of the United States. And you guys recall the last debate.
And she's the anti-war candidate. That's her whole spill.
Because she was in Iraq and this, that, and the other. So she's a veteran, if you will.
She's a military veteran.
So anyway, if you guys recall, I'm going to take you guys back to the debate that they had. What is it, June? The first debate they had. Yeah. Where Kamala had her moment in the sun, if you will, where she sucker punched Joe. She says, me being the only black candidate up here, I'd like to be able to speak about race. Joe Biden's busing hurt me. So notice she didn't say anything about black people. She said about her. So anyway, I have been saying this. And I'm sure a lot of other people said it too, but that Kamala will not get another pass. Come the second debate, somebody is going to stick it to her.
You said it.
I didn't think it would be Gabby. I thought maybe Joe would come a little bit more prepared.
But then Joe did come prepared, too.
He did.
He came prepared.
Yeah, Joe was like, not today,
on her record.
Right.
On her prosecutorial record.
But it was Miss Tulsi Gabbard who... It was so eloquent.
Yes.
And,
look, and she was like this. Kamala was like...
Because she being Kamala, tried to back from it and say, well, you know, everybody's up here with their rehearsed speeches and their talking points or whatever.
Yeah, and then she went to another talking point.
But what happened was, Tulsi said, "That's cute, boo boo. However, let's not forget that she also is responsible for holding," and I'm paraphrasing, but inmates in prison for stuff they didn't do and thought it was a good idea to get
innocent
cheap,
man on death row,
and to get cheap labor off of inmates in the California penal system.
After the Supreme Court told you to release them.
And she made it a point to say you had to be forced to let these people out, and so Gabby did not allow Kamala to take her off kilter. She was like, nah, because people need to hear this, because it was cute what you did to Joe Biden, but I think they all at some point were prepared to do it, but Gabby was like, nah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this. And and I'm glad she brought out the point, and I'm just gonna say this for everybody that's listening. Kamala kept an innocent man on death row, even though her office had the fact that this man was innocent.
Tell him why. Why she didn't want to let him out?
What, the innocent guy?
Yeah.
Oh, because he filed his paperwork too late. You got the evidence that he's innocent, but you're going to keep him on death row because he filed his paperwork too late.
And that's a fact. Like a lot of people, and I've seen the people talking about it online and stuff, and they're like, really? For real?
And
that's a fact.
And it's amazing how people, after seeing what happened to her last night, was like, what? We didn't know.
How?
We've been telling you guys.
But you know what it is? I'm going to tell y'all why more people are in the know about Kamala now, because it took for Tulsi Gabbard to get up there, and she wasn't arguing with her. Right. She wasn't acting crazy. She didn't even stutter when she was saying it. She just laid the facts out. I mean, it was not.
Kamala didn't mute it
because it wasn't a lie. Yeah. Notice before Tulsi ate her lunch, she kept saying, "Oh, that's false. Yeah. That's 100% false. Right. Oh, that is not true." And I was like,
and you see her face as she was talking. Like,
is anything true? Like, there's nothing.
No collusion. No collusion. You know,
but she couldn't dispute that.
Yeah, and and here's the funny thing: if you guys could go back and watch the clip, I'll put the clip up at somewhere on the video. Go back and check this out, you guys. Not only did Tulsi eat her lunch, Tulsi took her lunch and was like, and spitting the peanuts back in Kamala's face, and just. You know what I mean? It was
right.
Just, and Kamala she couldn't refute anything.
We were talking earlier, and I said it was like watching a boxer that got the wind knocked out of him. And it's like, how many more rounds do we have? Right. I don't want to do this no more.
Right. And then if you notice the video, then Kamala reflects away from the questions altogether and went back to Joe.
What's for lunch?
Yeah. I mean, she was just getting hit, and it was just like, oh my gosh. But you know what? At the end of the day, and I've said this, Kamala, your candidacy is over. It's done. It's done. Because now people are going to Google it. Yeah. People are going to Google it. And, no, what it is they told her to stay in as long as possible to prevent Bernie from getting the nomination. Will Bernie get the nomination? No, because they've been finagling all this in the Democratic Party for a long time.
I think we just need to come to terms that it is going to be Joe Biden. Yeah. So let me see here. Charles says, yes, the F Bernie do have a chance of winning.
Well, no, he has a chance if it was a fair thing. But Perez, that guy looks like I don't know what the thing is like. He's something wrong with him.
Who's Perez?
Tom Perez, he's the DNC chair.
Oh, yeah.
He's not going to, he was put there not to make it fair.
Right.
So that's their whole thing, is to deny Bernie the nomination.
And Lawyer says, I'm talking about Kamala. I don't like her, never have.
Yeah. I mean, well, you're here in California. There's no reason why you should like her, knowing her record.
And then Cindy says she has no chance of winning Gabbard. Yeah, she probably doesn't, but it's good that she's there. She's going to be there, at least serve a purpose and let people know that if it ain't going to be me, it surely shouldn't be her either, and this is why.
Exactly. And you got to remember, Tulsi Gabbard's around my age, so she's a major in the Air Force Reserves. But the thing is, when you run for president, you don't necessarily run to win your first time out. You run for name recognition. Obama became the nominee because he spoke at John Kerry's inauguration at the DNC. That's how people got to know him.
And plus, like Al says, she's eye candy.
Yeah. She's nice.
And Tay says Tulsi is the Jill Stein of this election.
Yes.
And what happened to her? Where is she at? And then you also say Gabbard. I keep calling her Gabby for some reason. Gabbard needs to speak on her relationship with Assad and why she met him in secret. Oh.
Well, hey, she's a young girl. Wait. You're worried about that, and you're not worried about Kamala and Willie Brown? She might be the side chick for Assad. We don't know. Right?
That's a very good question. And it's Loria says, and I loved it. Probably talking about when Tulsi ate Kamala's lunch. What's happening, Jonelle?
God, he hasn't been in jail in a minute.
Right, you doing good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to just call Facebook and say, hey, you guys watching this guy? You got an ankle monitor on this guy? Let him go home or what?
Tay says Gabbard is also supported by Bannon, David Duke, and Richard Spencer. What? Really? Well,
she was part of a cult growing up, so...
Okay, well, if that's the case, I never even thought about voting for Tulsi, but I do like the fact that she was the one to kind of take all the sail out of Kamala's, wind out of her sails. I like that about her.
And I'm glad that she did it, too, because she's another woman, so Kamala can't use the, look at these men just ganging up on me.
So we know the next debate that Kamala's going to come with that, probably the same thing. Should be interesting. And Laurie says, but Kamala said in an interview that she enjoyed the debate. You're right. That she had to say that.
That's your
talking point. But she going to say, oh my God, I was just so traumatized. She ate my lunch. I'm hungry.
Yeah. Ate my lunch and threw the banana peel in my face.
Right. And Charles says, no, Biden. Let's just keep it real. I think it's fair to assume that Biden is probably going to be on the one on the ticket. Now, who's going to be the vice president? I think that's because, Biden is up there.
I got to say, if Bernie and... what's her name got together? That would be Warren. That would be a very strong ticket. To be in the.
But she's for reparation, and he's not.
No. She was like reparations for what?
Who?
That's what Warren said. Somebody
she changed her mind?
No, she didn't. Well, I think she changed her mind now. Talking about reparations now, but when they first approached her, she's like, write a check for what?
Oh yeah, now she's totally on board.
When it comes to people like that, your first inclination is your truth inclination.
Contractually held, like Dr. Claude Anderson said, you're not taking yourself with our black votes and you're talking about I'm gonna, and then you get up there and then you don't, right? And then Jonelle says the greatest show on earth, the idle debate, the money talks. Absolutely. And then Cindy says Bernie is not winning New York, New Jersey, Illinois, Pennsylvania, and Cali. Wow, did he win Cali last time?
He did win Cali last time, but he barely lost it.
Yeah, because we actually was out, we covered it a little bit when he was out here.
And then I want to go back to Tulsi real quick. She was talking about Kamala's health care plan for all. And she pointed out, because Kamala says, Sebelius, the former director of the whatever she was, and the Obama administration, she endorsed it. But Sebelius is on the director's board of the pharmaceutical company that would profit for this program if it went through. And Kamala was like, well, no, she just endorsed it. She didn't write it. That's not the point. The point was, I love the fact
Kamala, take your breadcrumbs and go home.
Yeah, take your butter biscuit and
and go home.
But I love the fact that Tulsi, like I said, she's there to be a thorn.
Right.
So.
And then let's see, Laura says, and she just got endorsed by some big shot person. Who, Kamala, and then Cindy says Al needs his eyes checked. He doesn't think Tulsi is eye candy. Really?
What? Man, have you seen her? Oh my gosh, she's plain looking, but you got to look at the overall.
I think she's cute.
Yeah, she's all right.
And then Tay says F Kamala and Biden. I'm with you on that one. Neither one of them are going to get my vote. Right. And Tay says you ain't got some airtime, but not enough. Right. I agree. Right. It seemed like he was just starting to warm up, and it's like, okay, so let's give us your closing statements.
But see, they do that because they want to give most of the time to the designated.
And you know what, too? I really loved about Yang. I really wish Yang was for reparations, but hell. You never know.
Something's better than none.
What I really loved is when they tried to get him in the dog fight, he just reflected it back to himself.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about, this racism, Joe Biden, the busing and all that, but let me tell you about what I got going for you. That right there, whoever is training him, stay on message, because people will never hear about you
and your platform.
Talking about everybody else. He didn't even take the bait.
Right.
He was like, nice, however, this is the initiative I got. Oh, reparations. Well, yes, I got the UBI.
Yes,
you know?
And, for me, I'm still with Yang right now. I'm still with Yang. He's got my vote. So
I like quite a few of them.
Yeah.
But he is one of them. And Charles says, what about that Coop, the governor of Montana, and that silly Barney Fife looking guy Elizabeth Warren beat the hell out of?
That one guy, the Issel, whatever his name is. He's the environmental guy. Have you noticed that during the debate, everybody kept referring to him?
Yeah.
Because he's on it when it comes to the environment and global warming and all that other stuff.
Or something?
Yeah, Inslee, whatever his name is. So that was his mantra. But the other guy from Colorado,
one
Bennett,
of them looked like Lurch.
Yeah, Bennett, whatever. Yeah, the Lurch guy. Yeah. But the one guy, Bennett, was like, "Well, we've got to do the."
Is that Lurch?
Yeah, that's Lurch guy.
Yeah.
All these guys are put there for name recognition and to split the vote. That's pretty much it.
And Tay says, I still think that Julio is underrated. I think he
is
too.
But
what did he say? Hasta luego or something?
Yeah, hasta luego. Adios.
Adios or something he said.
But see, here's the thing, though.
This is what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. And we need to learn from that. This guy is a former secretary and a mayor of San Antonio, whatever. And notice he's carping for illegal people. He's standing up for illegal people. And I'm just like, yikes. But this is the mentality here. And there was a lot of protesting going on at the debate in Detroit talking about immigrants. Now, it's funny, in the North, they say immigrants. They don't say Mexicans.
Oh.
They say immigrants.
Yeah, and it reminded me about Bill de Blasio.
Yes.
And so, Santiago, what's happening? He says, how are you remembering me? So I am alone here. So good. Where are you seeing your alarm for me a long time? So I was high water on the bridge a long day. How we be friends? I want you so.
One of Demetra's many admirers.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Sydney says, I think some of them needed more airtime.
They do. When you have 10 people on the stage, you're never going to get...
And I'm going to get the rest of these comments. And City, we're going to talk about the guy in neck ear was de Blasio. And Gloria says, no, we don't like that Medicare for all. And then Tay says, Kamala's plan will tax everyone making over $100,000 a year. Hell no, I'm not paying for that. And Sydney says, Biden had a press conference too. And Gloria says, and I definitely don't trust Cory Booker. Yeah, Cory is corny.
Yeah.
In our neck of the woods, they say when you're drinking the Kool-Aid and you don't know the flavor.
Yeah. Nobody has used that for 15, 20 years?
His name from now on, you ready? Is Corny
Booker.
Cory.
Yeah, Corny Booker.
Corny Booker. I was like, corny.
And he cursed on the stage.
I like a little cursing now and again.
Because it's passion. It's just passion.
I don't do that here, but I can do it now. And then Lori says he needs to stop. And then Sydney says we need to be better as a community than Gabbard is eye candy. Now, eye doctor appointment is needed. I'm just telling you what I heard.
Yes.
And Lori says, so true, D. I love that as well. He stayed on point. Yeah. Yes, he did. And Sydney says, Booker is not winning New Jersey, messing up the Kool-Aid statement. Yeah. And you also say, yes, we do say immigrants. Why you talk about us reckless about us? So I don't know what that means.
Well, what I'm saying is geographically.
Okay.
Like here in California, we say Mexicans, but most of the people that were protesting in Detroit were Mexican, but they're grouping themselves in the immigrant thing. So Sydney, this is what I go about the ADOS and us being different. Us being different than the other group. When we group ourselves with everybody else, it waters down our plight.
Right. And then Tay, so we were getting right here about de Blasio says, De Blasio got dragged, and it was less deserved. There was no justice for Eric Garner, and he had the black ass nerve to stand up there and say there will be justice. Yes. So let's talk about De Blasio.
Okay, because I know you're going to go into it real deep. Here's my stance on De Blasio. I don't give a damn what the police union says. I don't give a damn what repercussions you might deal. You're the fucking mayor. Fire the man and worry about the repercussions of it later. That man has no business still being on the police force, getting paid by tax dollars. And you're sitting up there talking about, well, you know, I'm going to be president and I've got a black wife and all this other stuff. Get the hell out of here. That's my stance.
I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head for me. So, you know, De Blasio, there was protesters out there as well saying, yo, when you going to fire this cat? Daniel, what's his last name? Starts with Pellegrino, something.
Paliano or something like that.
Something like that. So we know
Italian.
that he is the officer that murdered Eric Garner. He murdered him in cold blood. We know he said, I can't breathe 11 times before ultimately choking him to death. Coroner came back and said, oh, it was because he had an enlarged heart. No, it's because you choked him out over some Lucy cigarettes. So anyway, we know that now the DOJ, Department of Justice, just said, you know, Trump's guy, we're not going to press any charges.
Of course not.
So he has gotten away with the murder, and so De Blasio, when he was asked about it, said, well, you know, the DOJ, they dropped the ball, but it's still an investigation, I promise you, in the next 30 days. But to Donovan's point, you are the HNIC over there. What you could do? One word. I mean, he could have said, hold on a second, and sent a text and said, fire him tonight.
And I want him off the force now. Same thing with Buttigieg.
Exactly.
Same
He's
thing.
going through the
You're
same
the mayor.
thing.
You're the executive. I don't care. Yeah, he can sue and get an appeal or whatever, but right now, he is gone.
Right. So you got this cat who's working and making probably a lot of money after he murdered this man in front of the whole world to see. Not only is Eric Garner dead, his daughter, who was protesting, died, and his stepfather died right after the decision came down that they weren't going to do anything to us. So it's like, how many of his people have to suffer because you only know, you don't know, but you know that they died probably of a broken heart and just, you know, being so infuriated that this man murdered our loved one and he's getting away with it. He's working. Probably was back paid and the whole nine. Just, it's a slap in the face. And so
or getting paid while sitting at home. He's still on the force. The point is he was not fired.
But, you know, Bill de Blasio likes to throw up the fact that he's got a black wife and, you know, I got a black
kid
son.
And all that.
But yet you're not sending a message. You're so afraid of the police union and all these other people, white people.
And his political position.
Yeah, but de Blasio at the end of the day is still a white man, and so he understands I got to still please white people.
Exactly.
Black people get mad and go away.
Like we always do.
But they're not. I mean, there's a whole host of people, not even just black people, that are calling for this man to be fired. Like, why is he still working?
Yes.
So to Donovan's point,
all the way in Detroit.
how the hell are you going to be president and then you can't make a decision that's already on your level?
And not worry about the repercussions. You're not always going to make the right decision. Okay, I fired this guy. The police union appealed it, went all the way to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court overturned it. I did the right thing.
He's out of here.
Yeah, I can't say what other people are going to do.
And then while you guys are having your investigation, because he needs to be held on murder charges, he don't need to be drawn any more money.
Right. I'm the executive. I'm not signing his paycheck.
Right. And so Charles says, who the F don't like Medicare for all? You all got to be kidding me. Please defend for-profit health care then.
That's kind of rough
I
to
didn't
do.
make that comment.
Yeah, I think it was Tay when Tay said that.
It was Lori said she didn't like the whole Medicare for all.
Right.
I mean, I'm for where people get the help they need.
Right.
Regardless. I mean, because I made the argument for people who are against Obamacare. Well, if somebody gets hurt, they go to the emergency room and they don't have to fund. Somebody's going to pay for it.
You got to pay for it. And you pay it at an alarming rate, the emergency room.
Whether the taxpayers are going to pay for it, you're going to have a bill. Somebody's got to pay for it. If we got the means to do it, why not? You know?
Like Bernie said, right over here in Canada.
All of that.
They got free health care, all that stuff going on, and they pay a lower rate than we do. Come on. I mean,
Bernie Sanders, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on. It's just, you know, I mean, what is it going to take for you? Why do people, the money, I don't have this, I don't have that. Look at the Germany, England, France, Canada, Australia. They pay a lower rate, even if we went over there.
Well, we do have the eugenics program too,
right,
so we need to understand. Right. A lot of people ain't supposed to make it around here,
right?
You know?
but even if we got hurt over there, they're not going to provide us a bill.
Right, I agree. Hey,
come on,
Charles, we get it. And then Tay says they were protesting in the debate venue.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I saw that. It was I saw a picture of but you know what? And I meant to post that this morning. I took the screenshot the picture that they took of a black woman being constrained, and I think a black man was with her. And obviously, she's upset talking about Eric Gardner, and everybody that was in her shot was white, and they were focused on the stage. They paying attention to her. And I said, that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the whole overall picture of racism in America. Yeah. Black people have been catching hell since we've been brought over here, and for the most part, white people are just like, oh.
Mm-hmm. Not my problem, not my issue.
Put more mayonnaise in the casserole, Susan.
Yes.
Oh, over there, no, the black people are just being shot, but what's for dinner?
Exactly.
You know, that's what it looked like to me. They weren't just like,
they were not concerned.
Taking pictures of the stage, like.
And they're not concerned because these are also the same white people that are going to get in the booth and vote for Donald Trump. Exactly,
and we're going to talk about that too. And Charles says exactly, Donovan fired that murderer, absolutely. And Sydney says Donovan speaking like a non-New Yorker. Laugh out loud. They are going to fire him, and the union will get his job back. That is a child rapist as a teacher, or there is a child rapist as a teacher. They fired her. Where is she at? It says where's she at? The damn rubber room on 52 Broadway. What? Getting paid and getting overtime.
Yeah, but you know, and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's right. That's the system, whatever. But you're the executive. You've got to make a decision that reflects on you.
Correct. And even if they do overturn it, at least he can say, "I did my part for seeking justice for a man who was murdered in cold blood." Period.
Regardless of the consequences. If it's going to cost you your job, stand up and do what's right.
And Charles says, get the Blasio D. Well said. I mean, like Donovan said, you're the boss. What are you waiting on? Right. You waiting on black people to get back to sleep, huh?
Right, but
they all right now.
Or reverse that situation. If that was a white person, he's suspended immediately. We've got to get.
Well, yeah, the black man is in Minnesota that shot the white woman.
Yeah, he locked him up 9 years. 9 years.
And paid her family $22 million.
$22 million. How? Where was the police unit to protect this guy?
And he said the exact same things that
I feared for my life.
I saw her reaching.
I feared for my life.
Nah, nigga. No, you didn't. You killed a good white woman.
Justice for a white person is always.
Absolutely. They're going to get theirs. And Charles says that was a good Bernie impression by Donovan and spitting facts. No, Donovan has missed his calling in life. This dude should be an impersonator. I swear, we don't know who we can have here, okay? It could be anybody, or maybe he's schizophrenic.
A little bit.
You taking medicine today?
No, but like I said, when my VA thing comes up, I need you as a witness.
Right,
He's got different personalities.
Right. How much am I getting? And Cindy says, we had a AAMTA worker peed on a computer, then tried to fire him. Guess what? Not a court case, not one hearing. Kept his job. I need a union job. Damn.
Absolutely. That's what you should do. Look, a federal worker working in the military, or just the federal system, it takes an act of Congress and God to get those guys out of there.
Did you guys, speaking of which, sidebar, did y'all hear about what Trump is trying to do? And this is military stuff, so you probably know. He advised the head naval guy to take the medals from the prosecutors that tried to prosecute the Navy SEAL that just got away with killing somebody.
Right.
He demanded that they take their medals.
Yeah, their ranks and stuff.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And some Navy expert, somebody said, this is unheard of. Yeah. He said, I've never in my memory ever remember a president stooping so low as to try to strip somebody of their medals. Because he said they should have never went after him anyway. He's a good American and, the whole whoopty-wop.
That's what happens when you have a commander-in-chief of the military. Commander-in-chief of the military, not of citizens, of the military.
Right.
He is the president of citizens. He is the commander-in-chief of the military. People just get it right. That's what happens when you have a president who doesn't have a military background.
Right, and Tay says Emerald Garner is on CNN right now.
Oh, awesome!
That's is that his other daughter that's been giving him hell? Because Erica passed away, the one that was
the oldest
really
one,
speaking for And Tay says apparently the cop will learn the fate of his job tomorrow.
Okay.
I hope so.
I hope so. Right.
You can't be president of the United States if you can't be the mayor of New York.
Right.
I mean, come on. Mm-hmm. Sam I Am, what's happening? He says white privilege is at its best.
Oh, speaking of which, real quick, before we go into the next segment, how many of you guys saw Martin Luther King niece?
Oh yeah,
getting her butter biscuits, and you guys wonder why I say generation fail.
Yeah, she said Trump is not a racist.
Yeah, he's concerned for all Americans. Getting her butter biscuits.
She must be getting that good premium butter on her bit. I mean, is she getting some syrup too?
I have no idea.
Is it molasses?
Because at first I thought it was a real Morlock walking out of the White House.
You know what?
Because it's all frizzy and stuff, and she's kind of frumpy. I'm like, that's not Luther King. Not that she's supposed to be like some dime or something, but I'm just thinking. I'm thinking, okay, she's gonna come out there and tell us something. No. Oh, I was like, oh my goodness.
She was coning with a hard capital C.
Man, we ain't got a chance.
And Al says it's not even getting darker. I think it's the light.
It's the light. I'm not getting darker. You know what? Maybe I am. I was outside of my backyard working, so.
He was picking and learning. He was practicing picking cotton for
That's the sound of the man working on the chain.
Picking cotton, he was like this.
Yeah.
Like this?
Yes. You got to break it up.
No, you would get whooped because you picking too slow, okay?
No, I'd be that guy that be dragged the next day because I ran. Right. And you're going to put me in the shed and I'm going to give it for everybody's name.
Yeah, okay. Right. We all going to be getting whooped. Right. Loria says, I know you don't like Biden, but I think he did good last night, even though he was attacked from every direction, except that Michael guy, I forget his last name, he showed
Michael
class.
Bennett.
Michael Bennett.
Yeah.
Joe Biden knows he's going to get the nomination.
And he's going to fool the generation fail because of the Obama years. And I was Obama's president or vice president. There's a reason why he picked me. All that bullshit.
Right now, I think all the stuff and initiatives that he's coming up with and trying to change what he did is not for the black people who will vote for him no matter what. It's for the black people who will not vote for him.
Right.
To say, because he needs the black vote. It's a fact.
Yeah.
And so,
and I did a show Tuesday explaining that new thing that he put out. It's a total reversal of his bill that he did in '94, which, if you by definition, that makes you a failed politician because that was what his fame was going to be on. I'm tough on crime.
Well, does that help remedy all the things, the ills that went on in the black community?
No, not at all. Because people got killed. Families have been destroyed. And now you're like, oh, I made a mistake. That's your. I don't know.
Yeah. And so let's see. And Sydney says, and the only two charged, the Puerto Rican man who recorded it, and the black woman sergeant. Yeah. So there is a guy who actually filmed the whole incident. I can't remember his name. Puerto Rican brother who was actually in prison. They trumped up some stuff
on him, so he can keep the evidence, suppress the evidence.
Because he filmed it and released it. But yeah, I don't know if he's still in prison, but what did he get, like 6 years, 2 to 6 years or something like that? Some nonsense. They're recording the whole thing, and he's the one that ended up going down for the count. And then Tay says, yes, that was the one that was protesting, yes. And Sydney says, we are always a pawn.
Always a pawn.
And then Tay is replying to Sydney because we allow it, yep. And Charles says, what Biden did good, shaking my head.
Well, he did good comparative to the last debate.
Oh, yeah.
That's what my measurement is, the laugh from the last debate. Because he looked like he was on his meds or something last debate.
He was like...
I tried to be nice. I didn't
Where
want to come
are we?
off. Yeah. I didn't get the nomination. This isn't my inaugural.
Yes, and then let's see. Tay says, Biden has a terrible history and it's being brought to light. And he needs to be held accountable. He won't apologize for his BS.
Generation Fail is still going to vote for him overwhelmingly. 40%.
I like that Biden. Him and that Obama.
Obama, yeah. And nothing you can tell him. And it's and it's really sad that we have reverence for our elders, but it's really sad when you go to them and say, and think about this, you guys. Our elders are like, they got their Social Security, they got their medical, they got their
butter biscuit.
their butter biscuit, they got their prescription meds and all this other stuff, right? And they want us to stand up and help them. But when we say, hey, well, what about us? What about the collective? Oh no, they ain't with us.
I don't know about y'all, but I got mine.
Exactly.
And Lori says they all need the black vote. Yes, Republicans not so much because they don't really benefit.
Yeah, the Republicans ain't even trying to get our votes.
I mean, you got to remember, still the majority of America is white.